Hey everyone, in this episode we're covering Roofman.
We are also covering Tron Ares.
But of course we have our movie news.
And in the second half, we compare Roofman with another well-known thief movie.
And then we have our spooky screen season segment.
And to wrap it all up, we'll finish with our Did We Know?
The house is alive! Hello everyone!
Hey everybody.
Welcome to another episode of the A-List Admission.
Welcome.
First things first, I'm really hot. So I had my hoodie on and I'm like, I can't do this. So I do have a tank top underneath, just pajamas. So excuse the weird look. I just am really, really warm right now. So
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, guys, welcome to the 41st episode of the A-List Admission. We're not going to do this every week.
yeah, please don't.
But yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, so we'll go right into our personal news, I guess, for this week.
Sure.
So for all the Canadians out there, it is Thanksgiving. All the American people are like, what the hell? You're celebrating Thanksgiving a whole month early? Yeah, Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving a whole month early.
Yeah, I prefer the Thanksgiving in Canada date-wise. I actually hate Thanksgiving. But for the dates, I like that it's so separate from Christmas and stuff like that.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that it kind of overshadows, but also really not really, is Halloween. But I kind of like that Thanksgiving gets shoved out of the way first, and then you get Halloween, and then you get November is like a month off, but like then you get Christmas. Like after Halloween, you can focus all your money on Christmas.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of Thanksgiving, so I just prefer to get it over with anyway. So that's probably why I like it.
That's okay. You won't understand this reference, but you're just like Chandler. It's fine.
I know who he is.
You know that it's a Friends reference. I know, but like you don't know why Chandler doesn't like Thanksgiving.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I guess you're doing both personal news this time.
My bad. So yeah, and then the second personal news is my birthday is October the 17th. So when this comes out, it'll be the Friday after.
Yeah, so it's in between both episodes, but like both filming dates, I guess you should say. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's exciting.
I'll be 28, so it's super fun. I don't know what to say. My birthday. Like it's not like I'm like, ew, it's my birthday. I just don't really care either way for me.
Why'd you say ew? It's my birthday.
Because some people are like, oh, don't remind me it's my birthday. Like,
unless it's a milestone, like a milestone, I wouldn't mind doing something fun. But otherwise, I don't care. As long as I'm relaxing and doing something I want to do, then I'm fine. But I low-key, like, I always love your birthday, but I needed to fill the void of personal news. So I'm like, okay, let's just do your birthday.
No, it's all good. I just don't know what else to, like, for I guess in conversation of birthdays in general, I just don't know. Every year, I'm like, okay, so it's my birthday coming up. What the fuck do I do? Like, do we do something? Do we stay at home? Do I invite a bunch of friends over?
It's also because his birthday is mid-October, so the weather's hit or miss. It's either going to be really cold, randomly warm, maybe it's snow, who knows?
Maybe it's rain. So
like it's very hard to decipher what your weather's going to be.
But even like honestly, just as like it's my birthday. I don't really care. Like I should say, like, I'm not an extrovert by any means. Like, I'm a sociable introvert, I think is the best way to say that.
Yeah, you're a sociable introvert, definitely. I just have social anxiety. So, but I'm more of an extrovert, I think, than you are, to an extent.
You are.
As well.
Yeah, because, like, you're willing to go out and, like, do things and be very, like, go to a party and stuff like that.
I do not go to parties.
But
we don't, like, full disclosure, we don't party and like parties.
No, but you're more willing to go to one than I am.
No, I'm not. You know I'm not. If there's a group of people at a party, I'm not going.
So then that doesn't make you an extrovert at all.
Not for parties. No, an extrovert to go outside, to be outside.
That's not what an extrovert is, though.
No, you're a hermit, not an introvert.
Thank you. I'm not a hermit.
Isn't it? That's the same thing as an introvert.
No, not at all.
I thought it was one who just never wanted to go outside.
No. An introvert is someone that isn't, like, sociable. Like sociably, their social battery drains.
Yeah.
When they're with other people.
Yeah, mine does.
Right. Whereas, so you prefer to be not at home is like
I'd prefer to be out with you somewhere, whereas you would prefer to be home with me doing something.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
You just like the outdoors more
I like,
than I do.
yeah, not people. Not people. I like outside. I like going to a theme park, going to the zoo, going out for a walk, for a coffee date, like something like that. Whereas you're like, meh.
Yeah, I just conserve my energy at home. Like I'd rather.
Yeah, and then you
For me-
don't really do anything at home when you
that's not
conserve.
true.
No. On your conserving your days.
No, but for me, it's because I
You
don't
work
know,
too hard.
No, it has literally nothing to do with that. For me, it's just like I spend all week being outside the house, working and doing stuff. I'd rather just
too.
be home. Like,
See, me too, but maybe it's because I like my job, so I'm like, I don't want to not go out because I'm already like, oh, I enjoyed my work. My work was good. Now I can enjoy something else somewhere else. But there are some nights I'm like, fuck that, especially with the winter coming. Oh, that's when I'm like, I am not leaving the house, period, unless I absolutely have to.
yeah, see, for me, it's like, don't get me wrong, like, we have our group of friends, and I would like to hang out with our group of friends and stuff like that. I don't mind that, but, like, it's more for me, like, I don't know, staying home, watching a movie at home, or staying home playing board games, staying home playing video games, staying home
Yeah.
doing something that's very, like, introspective,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't have, like, not that I don't like going out at all, but it's like going to the zoo, going to the mall,
movies?
going to
That's
the movies is the only exception to that, and it's me going to another room with all the lights off, watching another movie.
yeah.
Whereas I do the same thing at home, go into a room with the lights off, watching a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
guess so.
the only difference is that it's outside the house.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I feel like going to an amusement park, going to the zoo, those are fine, but they drain me so much more than if I stayed at home. That's why. I'd have more energy if I stayed at home doing casual shit than going out, having to put on like, no, okay, that sounds bad, but like putting on like actual clothing instead of PJs, and then doing things. Yeah, that's my thing. So when it comes to my birthday, I'm always like, well, I kind of just want to stay home and do nothing.
Right.
But then at the same time,
But then I'm like, I want to take him out for dinner, or I want to go do things with him, and he doesn't. I'm like, it's his birthday, it's his choice. Like, I'm not gonna budge on that. But at the same time, like, I want to treat people and like do things like that.
Yeah. But like,
Anyway,
I also appreciate you pushing me out the door more, because I know.
but I know you'd rather relax sometimes too, which sometimes I would too. I just, with my anxiety, I just don't really relax. That's okay though.
I don't know. I think for me, like when I was in university, this is a really weird therapy session. Yeah. So when I was in university, the thing for me was before I met you, I was at home all the time playing video games, watching movies, watching shows. Like, just because one, I didn't have anybody to pull me outside, and two, I just felt like it was better to stay inside. But like now, like obviously, ever since I've met you, you've pulled me out of the house more, which is good because I get to experience things that I don't normally would push myself to do, which is good. But then on the opposite side of that, it's like, yeah, every once in a while, I just want to stay home. That's literally it. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's just, I like that you push me out.
Today was like my day off, and I wanted actually very much to stay inside, but I had so much I had to do today that I didn't have the choice.
Well, it's because we're busy tomorrow.
Again, I'd much rather be at home.
If we weren't busy tomorrow, we'd have the whole day at home, and it wouldn't be an issue. Anyway, back to the movie stuff. Thank you for listening to our little personal spiel.
Okay, so we have 3 pieces of movie news. We talked about one half of the first movie news, which last week we had mentioned that the Simpsons movie was finally making a sequel. Well, so is a Minecraft movie, and it's also making a sequel, releasing the exact same day as the Simpsons sequel, which will be July 23rd, 2027. So that will be interesting. I'm waiting for like Barbieheimer or whatever. What was it?
Ooh,
No,
Barbenheimer. You were getting
Barbenheimer.
What
so I'm
is,
like,
so Minecraft,
Mindsins, Simpcraft.
That sounds terrible. I don't know what this is gonna be. Mindsins. I don't know. Anyway, regardless, this is wild to me. I think the one that's gonna get more views is gonna be the Simpson movie.
Minecraftins.
I don't think you got it, but it's okay.
Simpson Raft.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I think the viewership for the Simpsons movie, because we haven't had we haven't heard anything after 10 years, 20 years
20
of the Simpsons movies, whereas Minecraft movie came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the viewership will be higher in the Simpsons movie.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, like, we'll see both.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know when it comes out which one we think is better.
Yeah, 100%. Also, the piece of movie news about The Simpsons and Minecraft was from Screen Thrill, which we really love reading anyway. They are a really great movie news outlet, so check them out.
Okay, so the second movie news is that all Stranger Things 5 episodes will run up to 2 hours, and it has a breaking record budget of $50 to $60 million per episode, rounding out to roughly around $480 million total for the season. Also by Screen Throw, I should say. But this is kind of crazy. It isn't fully confirmed yet. Netflix hasn't confirmed it, but that's what the rumor is. But this will definitely be one of the most expensive TV show seasons / shows ever.
Mm-hmm. And the info on the episodes for the runtime is from Puck News, I want to say as well, not just Screen Throw.
Cool. But yeah, it's not surprising that this is the 2 hour long episodes for me, especially this being the last season.
But it's not a movie. Like a lot of people, I was reading the comments. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's going to be great having these long episodes. And a lot of people are like, it's a TV show, get the hint. And it's way too fucking long. And I agree.
Completely disagree with that.
Great.
And the reason being is because Sherlock was so good.
Oh, it's way too long though.
No, Sherlock was phenomenal.
That was a great show. Way too long.
I completely disagree. I think Sherlock, because of the length of how Sherlock was, every episode felt like an epic, or every season of that show felt epic. Mind you, the only difference is that Sherlock, you waited years for every season. The Stranger Things, because I feel like because it's the 5th season and we've seen so much of it, I get why this one would feel longer.
Yeah.
But I feel like Sherlock, because each season took like 5 years to make.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I guess, but that's very long for me. And I'm not the only one who thinks that for either way. But yeah.
Yep.
Okay, last piece of movie news is that Disney is going to be back at it actually with a live action Tangled. They had originally planned this project to have the go ahead, and it was paused earlier this year because Snow White did so bad at the box office. But some insiders, this is also via Screen Throw, but some insiders had said that Tangled is starting to heat up again. Because yeah, I guess the Snow White crap has blown over. But anyway, they have been talking about who they'd want for Mother Gothel. And the top choice right now that they've been eyeing is actually Scarlett Johansson, which is interesting because I mean Scarlett Johansson, I think she'd be good, but is she gonna have black hair? Because she's a redhead now, or is she blonde? I guess it doesn't matter.
I think she's blonde.
I think she's a redhead now, though.
I think she was a redhead because of no, I think she's blonde. Blonde or dirty blonde. Or a brunette. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'm trying to think of her in Jurassic World.
I think she was a brunette in Jurassic World.
There you go.
Anyway, I think the one thing recently about this that bothers me is I feel like I've seen a lot of Scarlett Johansson recently. And so it'd be nice
in what?
Jurassic World was the one you pointed out. But then for whatever reason, I feel like I've seen her recently in something else too.
Oh.
So I don't know. I feel like just recently I've seen a lot of Scarlett Johansson. I don't know if it's just because maybe her name just comes up in a lot of the episodes that we've been talking about recently.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
But I think it'd be also good to kind of see her in a villainous role because I don't think I've ever seen her in a villain role.
I'm sure I have. I just don't remember. But the only thing recently we've talked about with her was I think Jurassic World.
No, we talked
I'm
about
trying
her,
to think
we
of
talked
what
about
other...
her when we talked about last week about the AI actress. The comment that I've been hearing a lot of is that she'd be the next Scarlett Johansson.
Oh.
They want her to be the next Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay.
And then I remember that's why I mentioned her last week.
Oh.
But anyway, I think it's just because maybe I've said her name maybe too much recently that I'm thinking, oh, maybe I've heard too much.
Yeah,
of her.
maybe because I haven't for sure. So okay, that sums up the movie news. We can finally get into our 2 movies that we saw. We did a double feature yesterday.
Yep.
The first movie we saw was Roofman.
And the second one was Tron Ares.
Yeah, so I'll get into Roofman first. The director is, I don't know how to say his last name. I'm going to guess that it's Derek Cianfrance.
That's how I would have said it.
Yeah, the writers are Derek Cianfrance and Kurt Gunn. It is rated R for brief sexuality, nudity, and language.
Yep.
And it has a runtime of 126 minutes, which is 2 hours and 6 minutes. The main cast include Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, Ben Mendelsohn, Lakeith Stanfield, Peter Dinklage, Juno Temple, Uzo Aduba, Melanie Diaz, Lily Collias, and Jimmy O. Yang. And I also want to say that during the movie, Uzo Aduba, I'm like, I know this person. Now I remember her exactly. The black actress in the church.
No, I know.
She's from Orange is the New Black. I was like, where the hell do I know her from? I'm pretty sure anyway.
That makes sense.
Anyway, the spoiler-free synopsis is that Roofman is based on the true story of Jeffrey Manchester, and it follows his life as a former Army Ranger and father who, in desperate circumstances, turns to robbing McDonald's restaurants by accessing them through their roofs. After being sentenced and imprisoned, he escapes and hides in the walls of a vacant store in a Toys R Us. While living undercover, he begins to build a new identity, including a romantic relationship with Lee, a single mom working at the toy store. His efforts to stay hidden are complicated as his past starts closing in, creating a tension between his criminal life, his longing for connection, and the consequences of his choices.
All right. So what did you think of Roofman?
I actually really liked it. I went in not really knowing much of anything because there wasn't a heck of a lot of trailers for this movie, which I was so happy about. And then the poster I was like, okay. Like, it just kind of came out into theaters all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, I was really excited. I
wasn't excited for this movie.
I was and I get excited for, I think it's just Channing Tatum that I get excited for. I really like Channing Tatum.
Oh.
And so once I saw that he was he was doing a new movie, plus I like Kirsten Dunst and I like Peter Dinklage, and obviously I think Kirsten Dunst is always going to be like, oh, it's Mary Jane, and so I'm like, let's go see a movie with Mary Jane.
You also love Ben Mendelsohn too.
Yes, but I didn't know Ben Mendelsohn was in this movie until we were already in.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, oh, it's Ben. Once you said, oh, look, it's Ben Mendelsohn, I was like, oh, perfect. But no, I think I was excited for it because one, it's a Channing Tatum movie, but also because there was robberies and I didn't know what else.
It's funny.
But yeah, to review the movie actually as it is, the movie was really good. I think it was very funny, very romantic, very
heartfelt but sad.
That's it. This movie is very heartfelt and sad.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of sympathize with someone who's definitely done some really shit things. And the fact that this is a true story is also kind of like a weird double whammy for this.
And it actually is a true story. There's one slight thing that is not correct, which I did read ahead for the Did You Know segment. There is one thing that you'll find out after. Cool. This one I didn't know before I read it. Cool. But there is one slight little thing.
But regardless, this story being, let's say, 95% true then.
No, like 99. It's very minimal.
Okay. Is crazy. Like, this story is wild. Like,
they show footage of the actual thing after.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were gonna keep that as a spoiler or not. It's not.
I'm
really
like, it's not like
because this is a true story.
I'm not saying what the footage is. I'm just saying in the movie it is real life because they prove it.
It's in the credits. I'll put it there. But yeah, that part was like I thought the movie itself was kind of wild, knowing that it was a true story based on a true story, whatever. And then watching the footage afterwards went, holy shit. Like, I think it gave it another level of, like, wow, this is a real thing. But the movie itself is really good. All the actors are amazing. I think Peter Dinklage was amazingly funny in this. I
actually didn't think he was that great in it.
I really liked him in this because he was, like, especially more in the second half of the movie. I think he really gets funnier. And then Kirsten Dunst plays Lee, and she does a very good job at kind of being like this wholesome woman who just cares about other people, and you really feel for her in this movie, I think. And then obviously you also feel for Channing Tatum, who plays Jeffrey, and like what he goes through and how he goes through life, and it's just. I think this movie, at the very end, you just kind of go, "Oh man,
yeah."
It's really good. I think it's definitely worth a watch for sure.
I think so. I think it's like an 8 out of 10 for me.
I think I'm gonna give it a little lower. Like I'm bouncing between 7.5.
Why?
I think I think it's a good movie. Like it's definitely better than some of the other movies I've rated a 7.5 too. Like, but I think the thing is that, and it's kind of something you mentioned, the first half takes a while before things kind of start to wrap up, right?
Yeah.
And like,
I will say it did feel long,
right?
at parts for sure.
And so, and like, there's certain things that happen that I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is important, but at the same time, like,
okay, maybe I'll do 7.5.
I'll do 7.5 as well. But like, that being said, I'm like, a part of this is like, well, like every part of this is real, so I'd rather not cut out anything. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm in that weird. I was in the weird level.
I think 7.5 is pretty solid.
Pretty solid. Yeah. So, but yeah, I would recommend it, especially because it's kind of like a fun rom-com. Even though I don't really satisfy it as a rom-com.
Romance drama more, but
well, I mean, it's definitely funny though.
yeah, but I don't know.
It's in its weird genre on its own, but it's really good. I would recommend it for sure. All right, so the second movie we were reviewing is Tron Ares. The director is Joachim Rauning. I have to kind of give a disclaimer for that last name. The O has a slash through it, and I know that's Nordic spelling for stuff.
I don't know how.
I don't know how to pronounce it, and so I'm so sorry. We don't have the writers on this, but the rating is PG-13 for violence/action sequence. The runtime is 119 minutes, which equals an hour and 59 minutes. The main cast is Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Hassan Minhaj, Arturo Castro, Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson.
It could be Gillian.
It's not. It's a woman. Very famous blonde woman. Her name's Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson. I apologize. Jeff Bridges and Cameron Monaghan.
I think you're thinking of Karen Gillan. That's why.
Probably.
Yeah.
The spoiler-free synopsis is Tron Ares picks up years after Tron Legacy. The film centers on a new challenge. The company Encom, alongside its rival Dillinger Systems, is trying to bring digital construct/programs into the real world. They've hit a limit. These programs only last about 29 minutes before they degrade. When Ares, a highly advanced program created by Julian Dillinger, enters the real world, it challenges what it means to be AI. Encom CEO Eve Kim is chasing Flynn's old permanence code, legendary data that could break the time limit. As human and digital worlds collide, loyalties are tested, and Ares begins to question, what is its purpose, and does it want more than what it was created for? Cool.
All right.
So, what did you think about Tron Ares?
I don't really like the Tron series that much, so I was seeing this for the review. So I won't have that high of a review. The graphics were great. Jared Leto is always fantastic, and I know he really owns his roles when he's in a movie. But we saw it in IMAX, and they had like fancy IMAX glasses this time, and I felt like it actually did make it a lot more vibrant. The details and the lights, like the light cycles looked cool.
I will say though, this movie is very detail oriented.
The sound was too loud. I felt it was, you know, when you get bass in a car.
I do agree with you.
Yeah, it was very,
very funny.
Thuddy. Like I wasn't a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I didn't like that much. For whatever reason, I kept thinking Ben Mendelsohn was also in this movie, though, when we left. I'm like, wasn't Ben Mendelsohn in it? And I'm like, I know he was in Roofman, but I was getting this movie mixed up with Ready Player One.
Good
as
movie,
we were
though.
watching it, also highly recommend that book and movie.
Yeah, Jasmine. Sorry. Call out to our friend of ours.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought it was okay. I was the better of the previous ones. I did not like the original. I know there's a hard nerddom for this series. And there were 3 guys in our theater that were like, I can't believe the theater's not this full. It's fucking Tron. And I'm like, that is who I know is going to be in the theater. Yeah, I'm not usually one of them. The first movie I thought was quite boring, to be quite honest. And I'm going to not have fans about that. And I apologize. It just wasn't my cup of tea. That's all.
To talk about that nerddom, though, to also piggyback what you said, the Tron series as a whole, I kind of agree with you that like the first one is kind of like hit or miss, because I don't know if it's because I was older definitely when I first watched Tron.
That should have made it better.
Yeah, It doesn't though. I think
I just didn't like. I think it was dated graphics, which it is, and I'm not saying like for back when it came out, the graphics were great. It just leaves me very confused every time I watch a Tron based movie.
it's a very deep oriented movie though.
Yeah.
So talking about Ares, like first, Tron Ares is a really good movie in that's involved in the story of Tron as a whole. Obviously with Jeff Bridges kind of making his now trilogy of Tron movies, it all ties together from the first movie now to this one, and maybe quote unquote possibly more if they ever do more. This movie's good. I really liked it. I think that the graphics were fucking phenomenal. I think the sea of red and blue was beautiful onto like a dark city landscape, and then it was, I don't know, it felt gorgeous. Now, some things I missed from the old Tron movies that they didn't do in this one was the whole light cycle race scene in Legacy was so good that I kind of wish we saw more of that. At the same time, though, I get that you have to kind of separate yourself from that to be like a new, fresh take on it. I thought I love Jared Leto sometimes. Sometimes I really can't stand him in the acting. Like, the original Suicide Squad, I'm pretty sure is just Suicide Squad. His Joker's awful, and I can't get around it. But that being said, in this movie, he was unbelievable.
And is it Athena?
I don't know. Oh, him and Athena, yeah.
Because they're gods. They're named after gods, right? So,
but they are unbelievable. I think this is Jared Leto's, for me, one of Jared Leto's best acting roles I think I've ever seen him do.
Wow.
And I know that's probably not saying a lot, and I don't know how happy he is for me to say that, but like I think this is unbelievable acting. I was sold on his character from beginning to end. I thought he really nailed this like robotic
AI
thing
in
that
the human
was starting
world
to feel, and like I really was like, oh yeah, I'm with you, man, the whole way through, and it really to me sold the story.
Yeah.
Now to jump on what Cheyenne said about the old Tron movies as well. Tron's stories are kind of confusing, and they've always kind of been confusing. Like we recently rewatched the first Tron movie to kind of prep for this, and we rewatched Legacy, and definitely the first one. I kind of had to like Google the plot again just to make sure I understood it.
Yeah, which I've done quite a lot with other movies too. I'm like, I watched it and like Tenet. I know we rewatched it a few times now, but like in that realm, same type of thing for me. But anyway.
No, but I think Tenet is made to be confusing. That's why. That's what I mean by it's a whole different thing.
I know.
Yeah, I think Tron's stories are kind of confusing in the way that it's told, and then like if you don't kind of keep up with the lingo of it, it kind of gets lost very quickly on you. That being said, if you can keep along with the story and like all the lingo and what's going on, I think this movie is really, really good. Like I think you could really enjoy it. That being said, I think this is probably an 8 for me.
An 8?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a 6 for me.
That's fine. You also got confused from it.
I like the graphics, but that's not going to make me like the movie.
I think the graphics supplements the movie perfectly, but that being said, if you don't find the story compelling, you won't like the movie. No. I fully understand. I fully get that. But and Cheyenne's 100% right. The sound mixing for this was kind of bad. Like I get that it's supposed to be super techno and super like electronic music. It literally was like thud, 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 thud. Like it was
like there's techno
deep,
and then there's this. Like
it was a
deep
bass
sure. Techno. I could live without that, and I get that it's IMAX and it's like immersive sound, but it wasn't giving immersive. It was just loud.
Yeah, it kind of just felt like you were at a rave. Which, I mean, appeals to some people, but like,
I didn't feel like a rave. I would know the difference, I feel like, and that didn't feel like a rave, but
I don't know. See, for me, that felt like a rave.
No.
My version of a rave.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it's really good. I think people who liked Tron before will love this movie even more.
Sure.
I think that the story is compelling if you can stay along with it, but it's confusing, and the music is super like annoying. And
Fair.
That's why I think that's why I rated it an 8. Though I think the acting is phenomenal. Though
fair.
I think it sells it. Sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say though, out of the two movies, I would recommend Roofman. To see at the theater. What about you?
I would recommend Tron Ares, but I'm also more of a sci-fi kid.
I like sci-fi. Hell, I love sci-fi. But I will say the trailers were great for in front of Tron Ares because they had the new Fire and Ash avatar.
Oh, well, yeah.
But there were also a ton of limited release movies that came out this week, and obviously we can't see them because they don't come anywhere near here.
No.
But one of them that was coming out we really wanted to see, which was Good Boy.
We talked about that last week.
I know we did. It still bugs me.
So, okay.
I'm still bitter.
The two that we talked about last week that were supposedly in theaters, and some of them were in theaters like almost like an hour away from us, was like, yeah, Good Boy, what like Cheyenne said.
Yeah.
Anemone was another one with Daniel Day-Lewis, by the way, who came back from retirement.
Not Ring of Fire.
Son of Fire?
No.
Soul on Fire.
Soul on Fire. There we go.
It took me a second. We were getting there. That Christian movie there. But I will
regardless, yeah.
very, very quickly mention, really, really cool that Daniel Day-Lewis came back to star in a movie that his son directed in.
Yeah, it's cute.
I think it's really, really cool.
That's cute, yeah.
And it's really, really like honorable that his dad would do that, considering Daniel Day-Lewis now is, I think, a cobbler in Italy somewhere.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I could be very wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'll put it on the screen
Sounds
if
like
I'm
a
wrong.
Bizarro world.
No,
thing.
what
the hell?
He like is very he's in retirement.
I'm
so,
like, oh yeah,
probably,
he's a cobbler in Italy. That's just not. I wouldn't think of Abraham Lincoln being like.
If I'm wrong, it'll be on the screen, but I'm pretty sure
That's
I'm
fine.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
a very fun thing in the movie world.
So essentially, see both movies because we each liked a different one.
It depends on what your temperament is. That's literally it.
I know. I had no patience yesterday for going to the movies, to be quite honest, because I was just tired. I'm like, oh, we have a double feature. I'm like, that's fine. I love going to the movies, but I also was like, oh, I'm tired. So we saw Roofman first, but I am glad we saw it first, just because that was the one I was least looking forward to, and ended up being the better for me of the two.
It was the one I was most looking forward to because I didn't actually have a whole lot of faith in Tron, and
I still didn't.
And by the end of it, I was like, I'm not saying they're both good. If Cheyenne recommends Roofman, I will jump on that train as well.
Sure.
I just like Tron a lot just because I'm video game oriented.
I know.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
But Roofman is also really good. You can't go wrong, I think, with either one.
Yeah.
I think it's just the Tron one requires a little bit more focus if you're not used to a movie that isn't like not spoon feeding it, but a little bit more digestible.
Yeah.
Cool.
All okay. So we have a little bit in the second half. The first one is a compare and not contrast, but like comparing versus kind of thing. I guess it's comparing and
like
contrasting.
the Battle of the Thief movies.
Kind of. And then we'll go into our spooky movies and then a Did You Know?
Cool.
So for the first one, I thought of a movie that we could compare with Roofman, and that is Catch Me If You Can.
That's a good idea, actually.
Roofman is from 2025, obviously, and Catch Me If You Can is from 2002. So, for the movies, Roofman is based on the true story of Jeffrey Manchester, also known as the Rooftop Robber, whereas in Catch Me If You Can, it is the true story of a con artist named Frank Abagnale Jr. So I say true story loosely because there are rumors that we've heard that he's fudged the whole thing. Again, he is a con artist. So keep that in mind. With a grain of salt, this is his, quote, true story.
So, for main character, in Roofman, Jeffrey is a charming yet lonely thief hiding in a toy store. Where in Catch Me If You Can, Frank Abagnale is a teenager forger who impersonates pilots, doctors, and lawyers.
And then the tone for Roofman is more gritty, emotional, and introspective. But Catch Me If You Can is fast, witty, and playful.
The director for Roofman is Derek Cian-France, who did Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines. Where Catch Me If You Can is the very iconic, very well-known Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, you don't need to list his movies.
Absolutely fucking not.
For performance style, in Roofman, Channing Tatum delivers a restrained yet empathetic take. But in Catch Me If You Can, Leonardo DiCaprio is slick, confident, and energetic.
For themes, Roofman deals with redemption, isolation, and, of course, the human connection. Whereas Catch Me If You Can is all about identity, deception, and the father-son relationship.
And next is visual style. So in Roofman, they actually used naturalistic 35 millimeter look that gave a soft, moody lighting for like early 2000s vibes. And Catch Me If You Can was stylish, colorful 1960s flair with some jazzy pacing.
And finally, the vibe. The vibe for Roofman was a thoughtful crime drama with a lot of heart. And with Catch Me If You Can, it's an entertaining caper with charm.
So that answers our question, though, what genre Roofman was. So it's a crime drama.
drama?
Well, just go with it.
I'm going with the crime romantic comedy.
Sure. Well, it says with heart, right? So anyway, it is time for my favorite that I always wait for now because it's October. It is spooky screen season.
Yay.
Once again, we watched 2 movies this past week at home for Halloween. The first one was The Addams Family 2.
Which was kind of expected if you were paying attention to last week's episode. But the second movie is Monster House.
Okay. So let's get into it. Yeah, The Addams Family. Let's do a mini review for both of these. The second one came out in 2021. The directors are Greg Tiernan and Conrad Vernon.
Again.
It was rated PG for macabre and rude humor, some violence, and some language. It has a runtime of 93 minutes, so 1 hour and 33 minutes. And the main cast includes Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz, Javon Walton, I'm pretty sure, Nick Kroll, Snoop Dogg, Bette Midler, Bill Hader, and Wallace Shawn. And the spoiler-free synopsis is, in this animated sequel, the delightfully creepy Addams family hits the road for a spooky cross-country vacation. Worried that Wednesday is growing distant, Gomez plans a family road trip in their haunted camper, hoping to rekindle their family bond. As they travel across America, the Addamses encounter quirky characters, wild adventures, and plenty of chaos, all while staying true to their creepy, kooky selves. It's a weird, witty, and heart-filled reminder that every family is strange in their own way, and that's what makes them special. This is not my favorite. The sequel's not that good. There was one thing in it, I can't remember now, that we were both like, this is not like the first cartoon movie. Something was off.
Oh.
But I will say they really focus on Wednesday in both movies.
That's what I was going to say
Yeah.
for my part was, so definitely not nearly as good. I think the first one I rated was like an 8 or a 9, which I still stand by.
This
But
one's like a 6.5,
this one
7.
is a 6 for me.
Yeah.
Because like the biggest thing I have is we spent the whole first movie talking about how Wednesday is different. And then the second,
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
yeah, in the second movie, we focus on the whole thing about Wednesday being different again. Like, I think they should have focused on something completely different for the second one because it just feels like you're hounding on Wednesday being different.
It's just
over and
movie
over again.
vomit of the same idea, just in a different setting.
Like, I would have liked to see a story about Pugsley or
Yeah.
about Uncle
Thing.
Fester, Thing.
Lurch, even. Like,
Or fuck, even do Gomez and Patricia. Oh my gosh,
Morticia.
But like something different, right? Like I get the family vacation angle. I think that's a great angle. But then like you can make Gomez, for example, kind of still how this movie goes, where he's very like overly affectionate with Wednesday, but make it about him. Don't make it about her. Right? Like, make it where, like, he never had a relationship with his dad. Or, like...
Who, Gomez?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, or make it so that way he feels distant to Wednesday for some other known reason. You know what I mean?
I know they did the side story as well in the first movie with Pugsley for his mazurka.
Yeah, but I get it, but it's so minor compared to the whole...
Yeah, it's just the
Wednesday
whole thing of them living in that housing community, Wednesday's friend gone. Like,
well, they're on vacation. That explains.
no,
all
but
that
they're
away.
in the house at the beginning of the movie.
But it's the beginning of so that part didn't bother me because they go on vacation. They explain it away.
Fine. Yeah.
And Wednesday's friend isn't going to be over all the time.
No, I know that.
Right?
Just in general.
So for me, what bothers me a lot is that let's focus the story away from Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just to me like hounds on the fact that like, oh yeah, Wednesday is just different. And I'm like, okay, we can move on.
Like, we get it. I'll always love the Addams Family, which is probably why I gave it a little bit of a higher rating than you, but it definitely was not my favorite.
The other quick thing that bothers me too is the fact that there's a whole adoption element to it. Like, Wednesday is very obviously an Addams to me, and like to even insinuate the other is so weird.
Physicality wise, you could see why they did it.
I get it. Well, they did it where the person who pretends to be the dad, her actual dad, quote unquote, is a lot more slender, like she is. A lot
large forehead.
Yeah.
Whereas his daughter, who ends up being a pig,
looks more like Pugsley.
or no, I guess she was a girl from the get-go.
Yeah,
and then
it
had
became
pig.
a pig, or she was a pig that became a girl. I can't
Because
tell.
that's where I'm confused.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
So he it was a pig from the
No,
beginning?
it definitely is a daughter because they had a daughter and they
So
got switched
he
up
just
at birth.
added pig
Yeah, 'cause
stuff?
that's what he did to the wife.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, but like I think the problem for me was like I never doubted that Wednesday was not
Yeah.
an Addams, so it was kind of like a forceful thing to prove
Fair.
that it wasn't. And like we didn't need it. I think.
No.
I don't know.
I would love for them to make another one. They won't, but I would still love to make another one.
I mean, I'll Google this afterwards and see, and if there's a little note on if they're going to do a third one, I'll put it in there. If not,
That's okay.
but
Yeah.
definitely a 6 for me. I expected this. This movie came out when we first watched it, I had much higher expectations for it, and it really, really
Yeah.
was disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know we weren't disappointed with the next one.
Oh, absolutely not. Monster House is amazing. Came out in 2006. The director is Gil Kenan.
I thought it was Keenan, like Keenan and Kel.
I guess Keenan.
I think it's Gil Keenan.
Gil Kenan. The rating is PG for scary images and sequences, thematic elements, and some crude humor. The runtime is 91 minutes, which equals an hour and 31 minutes. The main cast is Mitchell Musso, Sam Lerner, Spencer Locke, Steve Buscemi, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Kevin James, Nick Cannon, Jason Lee, Catherine O'Hara, and rest in peace to Fred Willard. The spoiler-free synopsis is Monster House follows 3 neighborhood kids who discover the creepy house across the street isn't just haunted, it's alive. Like the quote. That's funny.
That's why.
No, but it's funny that it did it here.
Oh, yeah.
When the house begins to act out against anyone who comes too close, the kids band together to uncover the mystery before Halloween night turns deadly. Blending humor, heart, and genuine scares, the film captures the childhood mix of imagination and fear, making it a standout in animated adventure horror.
Hey, congrats.
What did you think about Monster House?
I love it. Have I seen it before you and showed it to you? Or?
So no, I've seen Monster House before. But I will say the first time I watched Monster House, I didn't appreciate it as much because I wasn't. You
were only 9.
I was really fucking scared when this came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was. I think it was just not the time for me to watch it. So I should also say, I think we've prefaced this before. Cheyenne was really into horror movies. This isn't a horror movie by any means,
no.
but it like was close enough in my brain, I guess, at that age.
Like Coraline, too.
Yeah, that I was like, no, I don't want to deal with it.
I never grew up watching horror movies. I wasn't allowed to. But when I hit like 13, I think the first time I started watching them, which the first one was Sweeney Todd. Obsessed. I love it. So this was just a shoe in. This one I did see with my family though, and they loved it too.
Animated movies is usually easier to get away with.
There are some stuff in it that
this movie in particular is very mature though.
So is Paranorman for some bits too.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think this movie's super quotable though. Super quotable.
For a couple things, yeah. Like that must be the uvula. Like,
oh, so it's a girl's house.
Yeah.
What? Or like even Nick Cannon is also kind of fucking so funny in this.
Uh-huh.
The cops are great in this.
Yeah.
I really like the cops. Yeah, I don't know. This movie's super memorable. I really like Steve Buscemi in this. I always forget Mitchell Musso's in this until I start watching it.
Yeah, he's DJ. I didn't know Spencer Locke was Jenny.
I didn't know that either.
Which I know her name.
Face is... I've screwed up with the face.
She's blonde.
Now. I figured.
Doesn't she look like Sabrina Carpenter?
I don't know. We'll put her. Well, her face is going to be on the screen. I'll know.
But I know her name. She was in something else that I've seen. Anyway,
I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, yeah, no, I really like this movie. I think it's one of those Halloween movies that we watch every year that I'm really excited for. Same with Paranorman. And it gives those two are very similar. Like it's very much like cool childhood adventure kind of movie where it just deals in the Halloweenness of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really relatable because there's a couple houses on like streets where you're like, that house is a little too scary to look at, and like it's easy to run with the idea that house is haunted or like that house is alive, right? And I think Steve Buscemi plays off the angry, bitter old man well, but then that change where he's so heartwarming and like is just in love with his wife and like it's so believable to me.
Yeah.
Cheyenne gets turned off.
I get turned off in Mr. Nevercracker, like him and Constance. I don't know, like she's so mean that I don't understand why he loves her that much.
But she's not mean to him.
the way she acts is kind of bitchy.
But she's bitchy to the kids that are throwing eggs at her.
She just likes him because he helped her escape.
Yeah. That's heroism. Heroism.
Meh. That's the only thing that irks me about this movie. Otherwise, it's one of my favorite. I always watch it every Halloween time. Like, always watch this movie. And I think I'll give it like an 8.5, though.
Why am I forgetting the friend's name?
Chowder?
Thank you. Chowder, Chowder's too much for me, though.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, there's certain things in this. Like, the mom's irritating, but it's a mom. Z, the babysitter's kind of funny. So is Bones.
I actually hate Bones.
Okay, so you just don't like this movie, then.
No.
You hate Chowder, hate Bones.
No, Chowder is too much for me. If I had to deal with a Chowder in real life, I'd be like, whoa, chill the fuck out. But I like Chowder in this movie.
His brother's like that.
No, he's not.
I think when they were younger, probably they were.
No. Anyway, Bones pisses me off because Bones is just nasty to DJ for literally no reason.
He's not nasty, was he?
Absolutely. When he goes into the room, steals the thing.
Oh.
Steals the stuffed animal and like harasses the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Very mean. And then the whole kite thing happens and I'm like, good, I'm happy you get taken by the house. You can go. I get really happy when Bones gets out. Yeah, but I honestly do think this movie is phenomenal. I think I would watch this movie 10 times over at Halloween.
Okay.
No questions asked. This is
Good.
probably, I don't know.
I said 8.5.
I think I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah.
But if I rated Addams a 9, this beats that movie.
Yeah, see, but none of them are a 10 for me.
Oh, there's one movie I'm going to rate a 10.
For Halloween?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You know what movie I'm going to say. But
I don't know what movie, but
I'm
that's
shocked. But yeah, no, there's one movie.
It better not be Hubie Halloween.
No, absolutely not. But anyway, we'll get to that movie because we always watch it for Halloween. So, yeah,
it's not Hocus Pocus.
No.
Okay, so then I don't know.
Anyway, those are our reviews for those movies. If I had to recommend one, I honestly say Monster House is way.
Yeah, way more. Plus, don't watch the second Addams Family. Actually, if you know anything about the Addams Family, then you could watch it. There's really no chronological order to watch the two cartoons. I think. I don't think
they reference each other.
Not really at all. So
yeah. So what I would say, watch the first one. It's way better anyway.
Yeah.
If you skip the second one, that's fine. Like it's not really a huge worth of your time.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do the Did We Know. There are 3 facts for each movie.
Ooh.
So I'll read the 3 facts for Roofman if you want to read the 3 facts for Tron.
Brilliant.
I know one of the 3, like I said, for Roofman because of something earlier.
I don't. So.
Yes, but anyway. Number 1, it was based on a true story. The script for Roofman is inspired by the real-life exploits of Jeffrey Manchester, who robbed McDonald's restaurants by cutting through the roofs and later hid inside a Toys R Us store. Did we know? Yes.
Yes.
We did because we mentioned earlier, but also that's the essence of the movie.
Yeah.
And was it 43 or 45 McDonald's?
45 McDonald's.
Yeah.
But like before hearing about this movie at all, I had no idea any of this happened.
No, never knew of this person whatsoever.
But this is the premise of the movie, so yeah, if you've seen the movie, you'll know.
Yeah. Number 2, there was direct communication with Jeffrey Manchester from prison. Since Manchester was incarcerated, the director, Derek Cianfrance, gave him his number, and over several years, with 3 to 4 calls per week, Manchester would call him back. Manchester was reportedly amused that Cianfrance was shrinking his head, quote unquote, and began calling him Dr. Derek. Did we know?
That's hilarious. No, I did not.
No, I didn't know that. I had no idea that he actually had direct contact with him.
I was going to say, that makes a lot of sense, though, because he's
yeah.
alive and like it's easier to interview and get it all accurate, right?
Yeah. This is a 3-parter in Fact 3. Fact A, I guess you could say, is the one that I said is not accurate to the movie.
Yep.
So, again, there were some creative liberties and meta casting choices. So the film fictionalizes certain elements. For example, Jeffrey Manchester's girlfriend Lee, which was played by Kirsten Dunst in the movie, did not in real life work at the toy store. There were also some real-life participants that were offered roles, like the pastor at the church in the movie, and also the church itself. Those were offered options to be in the movie. And then the production refurbished an actual abandoned Toys R Us to replicate the hideout setting. So for the first one, did we know?
No.
Second, did we know?
No.
Third, did we know?
Yes.
So yeah, I had read the one about Lee not working at Toys R Us before. That's what I meant. Very, very minimal inaccuracy, I guess you could say. But that's cool that some of the participants were offered roles. I don't know if they took them.
I don't know either. So the cool thing about the last one, where
Toys R Us,
where they made a Toys R Us,
yeah,
they literally. So I've read this because Peter Dinklage explained it on an interview somewhere. So they made a whole Toys R Us with all old toys from the 2000s. They got Jeffrey into it. Jeffrey the giraffe. And people saw it and actually thought it was a Toys R Us that had come back, and actually knocked on the door and was like, hey, I just wanted to buy some toys. And they had to explain to those people, this is a movie set. You can't just show up.
Yeah. Well, also, when I mentioned the 35 millimeter film earlier, that he actually did use 35 millimeter film. That was another fact I didn't add.
Oh, cool.
But he actually did use it to give the retro look to the film.
It definitely gave it a retro look. All right, so the 3 did we knows for Tron Ares. First, Jared Leto remained in character on set. During filming, Leto stayed in character as Ares. He avoided speaking to others unless necessary and insisted everyone refer to him as Ares. Did we know?
No, but does not surprise me.
He's done this before.
He's like Heath Ledger that way. So
he's done this actually when he did the Joker. He used to send people weird gifts, all that kind of stuff. But no, I did not hear this one in particular with this movie.
Crazy. He just avoided speaking to people too. Like
I kind of understand getting method and being in character, but like to me it kind of comes off as a little pompous.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Fair enough.
So number 2. Tron Ares is the first Tron film to receive a PG-13 rating from the Motion Picture Association, whereas its predecessors were all just PG. Did we know?
No.
I also, honestly, don't care.
I don't care, but I actually thought the last one would have been PG-13.
I thought all of them were PG-13.
Like, more just because of the effects and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what makes PG-13.
I thought, honestly, the disintegrating of people was enough to call it a PG-13 movie, but I guess not. Maybe it was a swear word. I don't know.
That has happened before. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're allowed one swear word in any PG-13 movie.
Yeah, I know.
But
anyway.
I don't know what makes this PG-13 versus Tron Legacy just a PG movie. I don't know. Anyway, the third one is the industrial rock band 9 Inch Nails, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, composed the film's score and also served as executive producers. Did we know?
We knew that they did the score, but I did not know they were executive producers.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
But I remembered as we watched the credits last night, I did see that pop up really quick. But in the trailer, they do say with music featured by 9 Inch Nails or whatever. So
and the music is great though.
And I don't listen to 9 Inch Nails. I actually don't know a single song of theirs. I probably would have known it if I heard it, but I thought the music, it was great, just too subwoofy.
Maybe this will get us into listening to more 9 Inch Nails music.
What is their genre?
That's a great question. I'm going to assume metal or techno.
I thought it was hard metal or whatever.
We'll find out.
Hardcore?
Sorry to all the 9 Inch Nail fans.
I'm so sorry.
We'll get
Speaking
into
of
it
9 Inch Nails, I have to cut mine after
That's
this.
Hilarious. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening and watching the podcast. If you want to follow along, please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Threads,
Letterboxd,
Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcast.
That's where you can listen to the podcast or watch it on Spotify or YouTube. All of our short form content is on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. This is all our opinions. So if you disagree with us, let us know. Write it in the comments. Write it on, or give us a rating. Let us know what you think of that way. Whether it's 5 stars, 1 star, 2 star, whatever. Please let us know any feedback from any of the movies that we watched. What do you think of the movies? Please let us know. What else do we normally say at the end here? I'm blanking now.
Well, honestly, just like, comment, and subscribe. We'd much appreciate it. And any support goes a long way. Word of mouth is great. If you can let your friends know, let your family know, let anyone you know that is into movies in general or even podcasts in general to give us a follow and listen along or watch along. Because we do put a lot of work into these, and we love doing it, and we'd love to keep doing it, and we can't do that without your help. So
yeah, that perfectly said.
And also, it's X, not Twitter. I think we'll always say Twitter.
I think the general consensus
is it's Twitter or bust.
Pretty much.
Especially in, yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and
we'll see you at the movies.
See you there. Bye.
Bye-bye.